Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dylan. We are back here with another tier list. Today we're going to be going over the best left outside linebackers in Madden 22. Now before we go on ahead and get into the tier list, if you are new to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you leave a like on the video and also subscribe if you are new. My end of year goal for Madden 22 is going to be 10k subscribers. Could not do it without y'all, so I greatly appreciate it. Update these tier lists very consistently, so if you want to stay up to date for the best cards in Madden Ultimate Team, you might as well hit that sub button. Now today, before we get into the tier list, you know the background's a little bit different from my previous couple of videos. I'm back in my college house, so we got the green screen set up right now. But today with left outside linebackers, again, we're not going to do something that I usually do with positions. I don't think anyone really has to drop a tier. I think the S tier is still the S tier. A tier is still pretty good. B tier is looking solid. And with that being said, the first card we have right here is going to be Team of the Week. I think this was a throwback legend pretty much of D Ford, and I think he's going to go on ahead being the S tier. So he's one of the fastest left outside linebackers in the game, going to be 88 speed. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and pull up his mud.gg card because I want to show y'all why traits are so important. So right here we have D Ford, right? You know, 6'2" for the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, he has very good physical stats, like kind of you would expect of a D Ford card, right? I want you to take a look at some though. So 94 finesse moves, powered up, gonna be 95, and then his power moves, they're pretty solid, but they're 85, right? Like you'd be like, wow, I really hope this rating doesn't matter. Which, if we come down here to his traits, you'll see that utilize bull rush on no, swim and spin move on yes. So what does that mean? You can pretty much ignore the power moves because power moves is going to be that bull rush rating, and the swim and spin move is finesse move. So he's pretty much going to default only to finesse moves. So if you notice D Ford shedding a lot and you're like, why is he shedding a lot with lower power moves? This is why. And also, since we're looking at it, he had 90 hit power, 90 block shed. Would like to see 90 impact block, but you know, it's fine. 72 zone coverage too. So if you want to drop a left outside linebacker into the zone and like kind of mix up what he's in, he's not really that bad. I'm glad D Ford was first because usually when we cover pass rushers, there's always at least one person that has traits that are very, very good that a lot of people do not look at. Now the next card we got right here is Terrell Lewis, who I think is pretty solid. He's pretty good. With this card though, I think he's better than everyone in the B tier, but he's worse than everyone in the A tier. So we might have to move some people down, but I'm gonna put him at the top in the B tier. I think I might need to change up what the B tier is looking like, but right now we're gonna leave it. I think maybe the next time we update it, I'll move a lot of these guys down. But Terrell Lewis is gonna be very, very fast, gonna be 88 speed, just like D Ford. The things on him that aren't as good as D Ford are his pass rush moves. Again, a very good finesse kind of guy. Has 89 finesse moves, wish that could be 90, and has 81 power moves. But both of those ratings do matter because he has every pass rush trait on yes. And you know, he has some good speed, some good acceleration, some good change of direction, but overall just not hitting a 90 plus pass rush move. I just don't think he's quite good enough for the A tier, but I think he's the best card in B tier. Now Steven Memes right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the C tier. He's a lot worse than Terrell Lewis. Again, he's gonna have some decent speed. This time he's gonna be 85 and pretty much across the board. Lower change of direction, agility, acceleration than Terrell Lewis. Again, another finesse move kind of guy. He's gonna have 85 finesse moves powered up, and he's also gonna have around 75 power moves. So across the board, a lot worse than Terrell Lewis. And he's another one of those cards that's not gonna use his power moves, so a plus. But I still think Terrell Lewis is a lot better than this card. Next up right here we have Josh Allen, who got absolutely hoed by EA with his traits. I think this is the card right here. I'm gonna have to move some people down. And with Josh Allen, like I said, he made me move a lot of people down because he's slightly A tier. Him and Kevin Greene are so similar. So with him, right, he has a lot of good things going for him, but it's literally just one bad thing. First off, 91 speed powered up. Very, 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 very good. Across the board, great physical stats. He's gonna have 94 finesse moves across the board for like run defense, block shed, impact blocking. All looks pretty good, pretty solid. Not quite 90, but it's still pretty good. Also, it's 70 zone coverage, so can slightly drop into the zone. Now the bad thing. Power moves in the 70s, and he has the bull rush trait on, yes. So he's gonna use those power moves, and that hurts this card a lot. I still think he's pretty good. Like I said, he's really fast. He has great finesse moves, but those power moves, man, just kind of tank his value so much. Now the Darius Smith right here, a card that I always feels like plays better than his overall. I'm for sure gonna put him in the A tier. Imagine what I said with Josh Allen and like Kevin Greene, but instead of finesse moves, his is gonna be power moves. So it's gonna be 85 speed powered up, so pretty good speed. Not great like agility, change of direction, stuff like that, but this guy is a straight pass rusher. I don't think you should ever drop him into a zone. Also has terrible zone coverage too, so like there's really no benefit of playing him into a zone. 94 power moves powered up is very good, but again, this time he has around like 70, high 70s for finesse moves. It just absolutely tanks his value, right? So I think the A tier is gonna be full of guys like high speed, great for one pass rush move, but then the other one just really isn't there. So Matthew Judon right here, one of the most expensive cards in the game, and to be honest with you, do not think he's worth it, right? Like I really like the guy IRL. Like I think he's an absolute beast, one of the most underrated players in the NFL in my opinion, but I have to put him in the A tier, man. Like I have to. From a pass rushing perspective, I literally think everyone in S tier will do better for you. Besides like Anthony Barr, because he's more of like the coverage type of linebacker. So Matthew Judon's gonna have 88 speed powered up. Across the board, good acceleration, not great change of direction, but again, this is another pass rusher. He has around 70 zone, so I guess you could drop into a zone if you want to. Do not recommend it though. 86 finesse moves, 96 power moves. So he's gonna have great power moves powered up. He's the best card in A tier. I could see him S tier, but like I said, I just think trait wise, again, having to have that finesse move, which isn't quite in the 90s, I think you're better off with everyone across the board in S tier. I like him, don't get me wrong, he's the best card in A tier, but I think everyone in S, besides Anthony Barr, he's not a pass rusher, is better at pass rushing. Now we got Micah Parsons right here. Depending on your scheme, could be very good, but I think across the board, if you're not really blitzing him and him coming in as a free rusher or playing like a QB spy role, I think he's B. He has great speed. He has 92 speed, which I think is the fastest for a left outside linebacker. Could be wrong on that, but one of the fastest left outside linebackers in the game. The only thing is, right, other than that, he can't really do anything. So he has 76 finesse moves powered up, terrible power moves, and he also has like 70 zone coverage. So across the board, he's literally just a speed guy. If you want to use a linebacker, he could be very good. Powered up, he can get lurker. So I mean, if he had higher zone coverage, he's one of the best left outside linebackers in the game. And as a user, he's actually pretty good, but I think I'm just gonna base it on the fact that like his AI playing. So I think his AI playing is B. If you user him and you're looking for a linebacker to user, I could even see him S tier. Now we got Derrick Barnes right here. I'm actually a pretty big fan of this card. If you want to use linebackers, this is a do-it-all guy. I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the A tier. I know the A tier is a little bit flooded, but he fits the criteria. And honestly, I think he might be the second best card in A tier. 91 speed powered up across the board, pretty good physical stats besides change of direction. Change of direction is in like the 70s. Gonna have 90 power moves, like 70 finesse moves, and with his traits, you do have to look at the finesse moves, sadly. He has good block shed, slightly low impact blocking, which might affect his run game a little bit, but overall I think he's gonna be solid first to run, and has 88 zone coverage powered up. He had 90 zone coverage. He is S tier, and he'd be better than Anthony Barr because Anthony Barr can't rush the passer at all. This card is just a do-it-all kind of guy. Like if you need someone to blitz, he can blitz. If you want a linebacker that can go ahead and mix it up, whether you drop him in coverage or rush him, he's very good. The only thing about Barnes that worries me is that he can't get lurkers. So yes, he has high zone coverage, but he's not going to animate. I think if you play him in like a 5 or 0 yard flat, he'll be fine. I just expect people to throw right at him if you put him in like a vert hook, and he might not animate. He has to be like basically on top of him to go ahead and get an interception, which really sucks. I wish it wasn't like that, but you know, EA decided, hey, let's make linebackers kind of suck and not animate, and everyone should run safeties at linebacker. Now right here we got Jaelan Phillips, and if you do not know, I am a Dolphins fan. I just want to show you guys that I'm not biased, okay? I don't try to put no bias in these cards. I'm putting him right next to Matthew Judon, because pretty much what I said about Judon is true for Jaelan Phillips. Now don't get me wrong, love the card. He's gonna be 91 speed, great physical stats across the board, including change direction. Gonna have 90 finesse moves and only like 82, 83 power moves, right around there. And given his traits, you gotta look at the power moves. He has every pass rush trait on yes, which I'm gonna say right now, if you made it this far in the video, this is a little tip for you if you want to go ahead and look at traits. A couple of these guys in S tier have like only finesse moves like swim and spin. Like that's fine, right? Like they're still really good, like Shaq, Barrett, D Ford. But if you could get it, you would want to have 90-90 and all pass rush traits on yes, because that will go ahead, give them the most amount of unlockable animations. Like when we cover LT, that's the reason why LT is always so good. But Jaelan Phillips, for sure, when he gets a new upgrade and hits that 90 power move, is gonna be one of the best rushers in the game, and just all across the board has really good stats. One thing to note that's kind of interesting, this guy is like 90 plus catch. I don't know why. I think that's one of the things that EA uses to just make people's overall go up. Khalil Mack right here is S tier. He is the best left outside linebacker from a pass rushing standpoint in the game. He is by far the best. He might be the best pass rusher in the game. He has every good trait you would want. Has 90 plus power moves, 90 plus finesse moves, great speed, great physical stats across the board. Great run defense, like literally anything you want this card to do, he can do. He might be the best pass rusher in the game. If you have an open spot on a theme team or you're looking for an upgrade at the pass rush, try out Khalil Mack. He is absolutely insane. And for the last card right here, we have Pierrre Luis. He's going into S tier, but he's very similar to Anthony Barr, so he's going to be 90 plus speed and hit 90 zone coverage, get that lurker ability. So if you're looking for linebackers to be able to cover, these two guys are very good. Anthony Barr and Pierrre Luis. Good speed, pretty good height, 90 zone coverage. That's about as good as you can get from a coverage standpoint for a linebacker. And yeah, y'all, that has been my updated left outside linebacker tier list. Let me know down in the comments what you agree with, what you disagree with. Who do you think should go up? Who do you think should go down? If you stayed to the end, you enjoyed the video, make sure to smack that like button and also subscribe. I appreciate y'all clicking onto the video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. But other than that, man, has been your boy Dill, and I'm out.